terms of responsibilities of a business like ours or any business is to its customers is to deliver on what they've said they were going to provide.
I've always believed, as a consumer advocate and someone who follows the marketplace in Calgary and Alberta, that this is a two-way street. Consumers have to learn to do a little more work themselves to make the right decisions. And businesses have a big responsibility to do a lot more to make consumers aware of what they offer and how they operate.
If both parties understand what's expected of them, there's a much better chance that the job will go better. So educating the clientele and letting them know, and no surprises, that they understand what they're buying.
I think the responsibility of any organization is to give 100% honest service, quality assurance to their customers. I think the most important thing is that you do what you say you're going to do.
I think a consumer's responsibility to the business is to truly have an understanding when we leave their home of what we've told them.
A consumer's responsibility is to actually research the businesses that they hire and ensure that they're dealing with businesses of high integrity, and that businesses that belong to organizations like the Better Business Bureau obviously have that integrity, and it's important that customers realize that they have a responsibility there as well.
And consumers' responsibility is to, not to set their expectations above what they've agreed. If they've asked for a certain, be it a product delivered on a certain date, they have to expect that they've agreed to that terms, and as long as the provider of the service or the product meets the delivery, or at least is keeping open lines of communication. It's a phrase we use in our organization, that we try to put ourselves in our clients' shoes, and we try to think from where they are, where they're sitting, and what their expectations are. And the same thing we expect our clients to think of us in terms of what we're trying to deliver with resource constraints or other issues that might be there.
I think a consumer's responsibilities are to do their homework, to check references, to check city licenses, to check with your local associations and Better Business Bureaus.
We have to make sure that they understand what they are buying and that we will actually deliver on what we promised that they will receive. And they have to also make sure that they understand what it is that we promise, so that there will be no misunderstanding later and fear of perhaps that they didn't get the value that they purchased.
When problems arise, sometimes we put a Band-Aid on it and hope it'll go away. Sometimes we let that problem fester. It's way easier to come in and solve the problem right away. And you would be surprised how many times, if you mess up, that you can still get a reference letter after you've come to the plate and made that customer happy. And they were very angry at you at one point, but at the end of the job, you've earned their trust. And they will tell their neighbors, and that is how you build a company.
What we need to see more of is businesses making a conscious effort to make consumers understand how they operate without questions. And consumers have to do a little bit more to understand how the business operates so that they don't get surprised. I think, as an advocate for consumer rights, that's what I try to do in educating people. And I know that's what the Better Business Bureau tries to do.